So today we're going to be doing something slightly different. We're going to be doing a mini class of all of my favourite moves to do with slightly different pieces of equipment. So we're going to be doing lower limb exercises with the band or looped band. We're going to be doing some body weight exercises that are a bit more biased to our abdominals, and then we're going to be doing a really nice spinal mobility series using a ball. So first of all, we're going to start in standing, and then we're going to have a lie down, and I'm going to show you some of my favourite exercises to do with the looped band. Now, if some of you have been doing my classes, you know I love a bit of a bottom muscle burner. It's one of my favourites. So we're going to be starting with popping our band just round our mid-thigh, okay? It's important to set yourself up properly here. So feet facing forwards, okay? Soften those knees a little, so a tiny little bend. Make sure your pelvis is nice and in line, so round yourself forwards, arch yourself back, find that middle. Ribs should be down towards the hips, okay? Settle there, push your shoulders away from your ears, and imagine you're being lengthened up through the middle of your head up towards the ceiling. We've got our nice starting position. So we're just going to start really nicely with some side-stepping exercises. So we're just going to come across, maintaining that soft knee. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of a warm-up here. So if you keep your bottom behind your knees, okay, you should feel that most of the work is coming from your bottom muscles or the side of your bottom muscles, okay? I'm going to show you this from the side. So we're in this position, okay? So coming towards you guys, just let your chest come down slightly as well. Okay, good, carry on. Just going to warm up our bottom muscles, tell them that we're here and ready to work. Okay, come back to the middle now. We're going to challenge different parts of our muscles depending on which direction we're going. So what I like to do is go round the clock. So we're going to come out to 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock and 6 o'clock, okay? So keep that supporting leg stable, squeeze those bottom muscles on both sides, and we're going to come forward to 12, 3 and 6. Good. 12, 3 and 6. And what you'll find is, although at the moment I'm using my right leg, that left leg has a really big role in stabilising you, so your bottom muscles should be working on the left side as well. 1, 2, 3. Okay, remember to keep those ribs down, because actually keeping those abdominals switched on, keeping that pelvic floor switched on, is actually really important to keep you stable in the middle. It's one of my favourites because hopefully you can feel, as you're going through the clock, different parts of your bottom muscle working. Okay, let's do one more here and then we'll swap. Good, okay, back to the middle. Set yourself up nicely, and we're going to go squeezing our right bottom muscle to stabilise us, and we're going to go 12, 3 and 6. Good, well done. If you guys have got looped bands, they're absolutely brilliant. You can use them for all sorts of things. Particularly like using them for you went the wrong way then. Lower limb exercises. Okay, we'll do 5 more repetitions here. Keep that side strong. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Good, okay. So we're going to come back into that standing position. We're going to bring our feet a little bit closer together this time. We're going to work on a standing clam. So I'm going to show you this from the side action first. Make sure you've still got that band around sort of mid-thigh. We come up onto our toes with my left leg, and we're going to make sure we're nice and stable, and we're going to come out into that clam action Or you're bringing your knee out to the side, working from those middle bottom muscles. Nice and slow and controlled. I'm going to face you now. So come up onto your toes on your left hand side, keeping the band mid-thigh, and we're coming out into a standing climb. What I don't want to see is these hips popping out to the side. So keep that bottom muscle really stable. I'm going to come out into that resisted standing climb. If you find this too tricky with the band, then please just pop the band off. And you can keep your hands on your hips, or you can pop them down beside you. Well done. Let's do 5 more repetitions here. 1, keep that side switched on. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Great job. Okay, back to the middle. We're going to swap legs now. So keep that left side switched on, up onto the toes on the right side. Squeeze that bottom muscle. We're going to come out for 1. So just opening the knees away. It's really a rotational movement. And you should feel it all from here, just in the side of your bottom muscles. Soften that left knee. We're going to do 5 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Great. Okay, back to standing. Feet facing forwards. We can't forget our hip flexors. They do a lot of work for us and we need to keep them strong. So we're actually going to practice coming over onto your right leg, slowly up with the left leg just to 90 degrees. But we're going to practice that weight transfer. Over onto the left, slowly up. Obviously that's nice and resisted by the band. Over onto the right, slowly up. Keep things nice and slow and controlled. Good job. Over. Stabilise. Really does wonders for the balance as well. Good, let's do 4 more here. So 1. I don't want you wobbling around when you go onto that single leg, okay? Just really focus on that. If you need to take the band off, then please do. I think this is 3. Oh. Good. And 4. Good. Back to the middle. We're just going to come into some heel raise positions now. Pop that band just above the knees. We're going to put some resistance out onto the band. Hopefully your bottom muscles are engaged now. Can come up onto our toes, keeping that resistance in the band. Just nice and slow, slow and controlled. Just getting our calf muscles woken up. Keeping that resistance on. Don't let your knees come back in together. You might hear some clicks and clicks, clicks and clunks. Don't worry, don't let that scare you if your ankles just are warming up this morning. Okay, we're going to do 1 more here. We're going to come over onto the left leg and do a side long leg lift. So stabilise on the right, lift up on the left. You should really be feeling it working now in those bottom muscles. Nice and slow. Good. If you're not feeling it in the back of your bottom muscles, but you're feeling it at the front of your leg, you might like to aim your leg slightly backwards, okay? Just at a diagonal. Just see how it feels. You might just find that you have a little bit more gluteal work. Great job. Okay, and back to the middle. We're just going to do a couple of exercises in line now, so you can keep your band round if you can manage. We're going to come and sit down on our mat. Okay, so in this position we're going to work on our hip twist, level 1. So we've still got the band around just above the knees, sort of around the mid-thigh. We're going to set ourselves up really nicely, so make sure your shoulders away from your ears, your head is in a nice position. You can pop a block under if you need to. Find your neutral spine, feet just hip width apart. I'm going to work on twisting the knee outwards, so we're rotating our hip. We're bringing our knee away from the other knee. So we're going to start with the left hand side first, keeping the right facing the ceiling and nice and stable. So stabilise that leg by switching those bottom muscles on, talk to those abdominals, and we're going to twist our left knee out, away from the right knee, and coming back in together. Now the idea, and if you were in my beginners class last week, is to pretend that you're balancing a champagne glass or something maybe less precious on that right knee, okay? So if it's wobbling about everywhere, you know that it's not working to keep itself stable, and we're allowing rotation in our pelvis. Okay, so keep that knee facing up towards the ceiling. I'm holding it just to show you, so obviously you're not going to be holding it. So keep your hands flat on the floor. If you want to put your hands on your pelvis to check if it's rotating, that's fine. I'm going to do 4 more here. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. Okay, swap legs. So keeping the left leg really nice and stable. Switching our abdominal muscles, and we're coming out with the left. If you find this too challenging with a band, you can pop the band off, especially if you're new to Pilates. Keep that left leg facing up towards the ceiling. Do not let that imaginary glass fall off, okay? 4. Well done. We're going to do 4 more here. 2, 3, and 4. Okay, great. Well done. Back to the middle. We're going to do 1 more exercise with the band, and that's the banded bridge. As you all know, I am a fan of the bridge. It's beneficial to so many aspects of the body. So we're going to roll back so our backs are slightly more in contact with the mat. We're going to squeeze our abdominals, squeeze our bottom muscles. We're going to peel up into the bridge, keeping our knees apart, not letting them come in together. Okay, hold. And then we're peeling back down. So upper spine first, letting your bottom land last. Okay, so peeling up, squeezing the bottom muscles, holding, and then peeling down, vertebrae by vertebrae, letting that bottom land last. Okay, and peeling up. Well done, everyone. Keep those bottom muscles. I talk too much about bottom muscles. Keep those knees apart. Okay, keep those knees parallel. Please don't let them come in towards each other. That's where the challenge for the gluteals and bottom muscles are doing. Okay, let's do 4 more here. Really nice on the back as well. So 1,